Seven, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
You'll never have the sacred stone.
Oh, this you crazy mother.
Hey guys, this is Danny Lambert, President and Founder of Plus Republic Digital Marketing. Today I'm going to be running you through an interesting concept, particularly for B2C marketers, but it also works quite well for B2B, which is the concept of automated direct mail. I'm going to be showing you what Lob is, which is the vendor of choice that I use when automating direct mail, and how to do that with Zapier and like a couple hooks so that you can quickly send direct mail to whomever you want in an automated fashion. So behind me I have lob.com. Typically what this is used for is within a product so that you can use API triggers to automatically send them. So if I were a developer and I had an app, and then as soon as someone signed up or abandoned a cart, or whatever these actions that you guys would track are, and you want to send them a direct mail, you would use API calls within your application to automatically send them in that form or fashion. But as a marketer, you also want to be able to leverage this with intent signals that you may have within your CRM system, like adding a new contact or them visiting a certain page. So I'm showing you a workaround and a way to use Lob without actually developing off their API and using those triggers. So you come here to Lob and you would go ahead and sign up. I've already done that. And then what this will allow you to do, I'll jump over to their pricing page. They offer print and mail, which I'm going to be showing, but they also offer address verification. So if you need to verify addresses for direct mail before sending them, they also offer that at a relatively affordable rate, and it scales really, really well. Here on the pricing page, you'll see the different tiers. If you want to do a monthly rate and you're going to be sending high volumes, it gives you the benefit of economies of scale and sending 41 cents per postcard as opposed to 70 cents if you don't want to do the monthly plan. And it tells you how many users you have, how many different templates you can host in here, how many mailings you can send, so you have to pay attention to that, obviously. But that's just the pricing breakdown, which is really affordable pricing for direct mail, especially since you're being able to do it in an automated fashion. Their docs are really good, and then you have a complete breakout here of all of the different features that you have on the different pricing scales. This part's really interesting here, depending on the size you're going to be sending, if you do it first class or standard mail at these different sizes, as well as the ability to send letters. So it's not just postcards, they can also send letters for you guys, so they have a lot of options. But enough about that, let's hop into how you can actually use this. So I'm going to jump into my dashboard. This is what it's going to look like for you after you create an account. You have a test and a live environment. I don't have a payment method associated with this because this isn't my real account. This is just a dummy one. So I have the test environment enabled, which is perfect because you can set up everything and test it right within here. And the first thing you want to do before you get started, if you're going to be going the route that I'm going, is come in here and make sure that under the strictness, you move it to relaxed. It still sends. I send thousands of direct mails a month through them. You can set it to relaxed just to make sure that the data that you're getting is accurate, but it makes it a lot easier to trigger through Zapier if this is set to relaxed. But you have to make sure that you have good data coming in. Then what I'm going to go ahead and do is set up a Zap in Zapier for when I want these things to launch. So I'm in Zapier. I create a Zap, and I'll show you the one I created for the sake of time. You come in, and I'm going to do on a new contact trigger for HubSpot. So every time a new contact is added in HubSpot, it'll trigger this Zap. Then what I would typically do, but I'm not going to do it for this case, is I would put in a filter here to say I only want to filter out specific people. So maybe people who have a specific event that happened or a specific page view or any sort of custom field that you want to monitor. This is where you would do that. So if you have sales reps creating tasks and they have certain stuff that you can filter out by, that's how you would pick off which of the new contacts coming in you want this to send to. But for the sake of this video, I just want it to be able to trigger as soon as I create a new contact. So you create that, you hook up your account, it's just standard Zapier, and then you test that and you pull in a test contact. Then I would go to Lob, and I'm sending a postcard. You could also send a letter, but I'm sending a postcard in this. And here you see that you can do the address verification. You hook up your account, and you make sure you set up your test environment. When you come in here and you click, it'll ask you for your API key, which you would get from your settings. You go to API, and then I'm not going to show you this but you just take your test environment key and you would drop it in here, and you would validate the account, and you'd be ready to go. Make sure you use your test one, or it's going to charge you if you don't cancel it. So once you have this set up, you need to set up your template. So you would name it whatever you want it to be. You would select what size you want to send. I like 6x11. It's nice and big. It stands out in the mail. And then this is where it gets really cool, is the way that it sends is HTML templates that you customize. So if you go to Lob Templates, they have a template gallery. You come in here, you're like, oh, I like, this one. I'll view it. And then I want it in 6x11. And then from here, you'll be able to download the, here it is. You can preview it, but you can also download the HTML to construct this. So that's what that looks like. Come back. If I download it, I am taking this HTML, and then I'm going to put that into Sublime and edit that the way that I want it to go. So I'll show you what that looks like for me. I'm going to take a template that I've created for another business that I work for, and I'm going to drop it in here. So I'd create the postcard. This would be the downloaded version of it. I'll open it in Sublime, and all I have to do, sorry, this is the front of it. I want the back. Here's the back file. So I would just drop in the file they give me and start editing it like standard HTML. I change the text. I can change the background images. I can format it however I want, which is really, really nice and pretty unique to them. So I'm going to pull these templates in. I drop the front file here, and then I drop the back file here, which both of them they had on their website. And then after you do that, you can even place variables into it. So I put, like the first name variable here, and it'll automatically change that. And the way you do that is you just go here and you search for the variable from HubSpot or wherever you're pulling from, and you drop those in. And then you do the same for who it's sending to. So, the two, I'm going to pull in the company name, the address, city, state, zip code, and then from, which I'll just typically be from me, so I'll make sure that's just like static text, and then this is ready to go. So I'm going to close down my face and show you how this works. This is all set. I hit continue, and I publish it live. So now, when I create a new contact, you just have to make sure that you have all the fields that you reference. So when I create this contact now, it should automatically launch this in Zapier and send myself a direct mail. So here we have a success. Let's see now in Lob what that looks like. Go back to my dashboard. I go to the postcard section, and here it is. We see the test postcard. You can see there's all the information I entered, the recipients, myself, that company at Test Street. And then if you view the postcard, here's the design that I had dropped in and created on my own. And you'll notice customized with my name and whatever else I put in here. And that's as simple as it gets. All you need to do is set up your test account in Lob, set up your Zap to fire on whatever trigger it is that you want, customize those templates, drop them into the Zap flow, and then test all of this in your test environment. And then once you see them coming through like I do here, you're ready to automate your direct mail. So hopefully this helps you guys out a little bit, and let me know if you have any questions. Thank you.